We got Ricky Simone back here on the program, who is still down under, as they say. He's coming off a big win at UFC 234 this past weekend over Rani Yahya. Gets a unanimous decision. Ricky, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing pretty damn good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, but not as good as you, though. And by the way, I got to give you a big thanks. I mean, this is your last day in Australia, and you're spending it with me. What a nice guy you are. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I always set some time aside for you.
No, I appreciate that, man. Let's go, sort of before the fight. I mean, we did our interview, but it was your first time outside the U.S. How was that whole experience, just getting down there? Were there any complications? How was everything?
Yeah, I've traveled a bunch as a coach. I've cornered Tyson Nam a few times in Russia, buddy Tyree in Bahrain, and but I've never made the trip myself, cutting the weight and going through the jet lag and having to get the energy ready at a different time for a fight. So, but overall, it went great. I didn't feel too much jet lag. The weight cut was the best weight cut I've ever had, and and it's beautiful over here. So, the whole experience was great.
And was the cut different at all, just because you had to travel so much, or how did you work with that?
I think I was just extra cautious throughout camp, and I kind of I kind of made sure I was on track a little bit more heading into the long travel, because I usually retain a little bit of water and get a little bit heavier on that flight, because I go from Portland to LA, and then from LA to to over here is like 15 hours, I think. So yeah, so I just kept my nutrition on point and stayed just a little bit lighter, a pound or two lighter in the last couple of weeks.
Let's talk about the win, though. Dominant performance. I don't think there was any questions when that went to the judges' scorecards. I know you would have liked to finish, but how happy were you, especially with how one-sided that fight was?
Yeah, I'm always my biggest critic after a fight. For some reason I always get a little disappointed in myself, especially when I don't get the finish. But going back and watching it, and then being able to do what I did against Ronnie, I'm pretty proud of myself.
Yeah, I'd say so too. Was there anything about him that surprised you in the fight? It didn't seem like it. It seemed like you had pretty much the perfect game plan going in there.
No, everything I thought was gonna happen happened. Besides me missing these shots that Coach Ian and I have been practicing, I would miss them just by this much. Those uppercuts coming through underneath, and my knee. I think about the fight so much leading up to it, and think about all the possibilities, and I dream about the fight every night. So just only thing surprising is I didn't get him out of there. I thought I would be able to do it, but he's one tough dude.
Now, with the time change and everything, what time were you actually fighting at locally? Like, was it in the morning? I'm trying to remember.
It would have been, so the fights back home for me. The main card started at 7. I think the main card over here started around 1 or 2 p.m. So,
Oh, it was in
and
the
I
afternoon. I wasn't sure if it was in the morning or not, because when you win a fight like that, usually you want to go to a bar or a club, but like if it's in the morning, it's not open. So I imagine you got to enjoy a little bit after the fight.
Oh, we still went out drinking with with the boys afterwards, but yeah, we spar midday, so it was no different than I mean. I work out early morning, afternoon, and nighttime every day anyway, so I mean I wasn't too worried about the time, but yeah, I fought right around like I think 2:30 or 3 p.m. So I mean it was perfect.
Now, you have a mullet, so the party's always in the back, but with your entourage, when you go out for a party after the fight, who's with you? Who went out with you that day?
My cornerman, Tyson Nam, Fabiano Scherner, Andy Minsker, but then my strength and conditioning coach made the trip, just more, and then my two good buddies, Tyler and Dave, they flew all the way out. My fiance made it out, so and then yeah. So we had a crew roaming around, and we ran into some boys. I think they were from Brisbane, and they recognized me because we were just kind of keeping it low key. And then those boys, they go wild over here, so we started drinking with them, and we were out all night.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. What was the feedback like on social media after the win? Because again, people, pretty much everyone scored it for you. There was no controversy whatsoever.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. I think I'm getting more comfortable in there, and I'm starting to be able to perform a little bit more real time live in the octagon under those big lights like I do every day in the gym. And the more comfortable I'm gonna get, the more dangerous I'm gonna get for these bantamweights. So the crowd loved that. The crowd over here was probably, I mean, it was the most exciting crowd I've ever fought for. They were totally into it, and yeah, yeah, it's been crazy. I think my social media kind of jumped up quite a bit since the fight, being on pay per view and everything. So yeah, so it's been great.
What was the feedback like from the UFC, from Dana White and everything like that? Or did you talk to them? What was the feedback from the promotion?
Uh, I For the first time, Dana came back after the fight and said congratulations and way to perform. So that was big for me just because I haven't got a lot of like one-on-one time with him, and yeah, and as long as the fans are happy, my bosses are happy, then I'm happy.
Did you tell him about, was it your Xbox or PlayStation, something malfunctioned? What happened?
Oh yeah, so there's you travel outside the country. There's usually like different like outlets and stuff. So I have this a pretty dope setup. I have this suitcase that opens up and there's a TV in it and my Xbox in it, and it's it's to game while you travel. And I plug it into the converter. I plug the converter in the outlet, and I just the little power box pop, and then like all the dust like flies out of it. I think I got shocked a little bit, but yeah. So I never even got to play. My Xbox blew up.
So it's completely dead. You might have to get a new one.
Yo, I have to get a new one.
You
Yeah.
should have
So
told the UFC about that. They should have hooked you up. It's like, look, I won this fight. I need an Xbox here. There was one casualty. It wasn't me, but it was the Xbox. They got to figure that out. That's too bad, man. Hopefully, is that under warranty?
yeah, with all the gaming I'm gonna be doing after this. So,
Yeah, you gotta get that sorted out.
yeah, I need a new one. UFC, hook it up.
Before I let you go, when are you looking to return? Who's next? Who do you want to fight? It's a pretty interesting division right now at bantamweight.
Yeah, it's stacked. It's stacked. Not only the top guys, but there's so many prospects coming in. And I said in 2019, I want to break top 10 and by the end of 2019, I want to be in title contention. So this was a big year for me. I'm going from prospect to contender, and I just broke the top 15 in the world. I'm ranked 14 now, so that's a pretty big jump. I'm ecstatic about that. But I think when I look at the bantamweights in the lineup right now and who's scheduled and who's fought recently, I think number 9 Rob Font makes a lot of sense. I think that's what he's ranked. I think that's a fight I would love. It'd be entertaining for the fans. He's a great fighter, and I know we'll put on a show. So, and that'll keep me right on track where I'm where I'm headed. So, I'm gonna take his number 9 spot.
Ricky, can't thank you enough, man. Really appreciate the time. Hopefully you have a good last day down under. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Ricky Simone UFC, my fan page Ricky Simone on Facebook, and I would like to thank Ball Wash, Live Balls Out, Northwest Therapeutics, CNA Roofing, Uncle Jack Watches, Feed Me, Fight Me. Yeah, love you guys.